Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sammy. In today's video, we're going to go through some of the frequently asked questions that Grinding Gear Games has received since the Third Edict live reveal. Now, this video is not going to go over a summary of what the live reveal content and all the stuff that's coming on August 29th. That video was yesterday. So if you want to check it out, go over to my YouTube channel. I did a summary of the whole live reveal. But in this video, I thought I would actually highlight these questions. And for the most part, most of us that have played Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2, this is common knowledge. It's nothing new to us. However, when I read this post from Grinding Gear Games, I thought, you know what? The Third Edict is going to include a free weekend. So starting the launch on Friday all the way to September 1st on Monday, Grinding Gear Games has announced that they're going to open up the game to everyone. You do not require a key. So when I was reading this, I'm like, you know what? Because of this free weekend, there's going to be a lot of players that probably have never stepped foot in Rayclast and kind of have no idea, you know, why not take a free weekend? Let me try out what's all this fuss is about with this Path of Exile 2. So there's a lot of things, really common knowledge to, like I said, to us players that have already played both games. But there is a question regarding, I've received this from a lot of people on my live streams regarding the new trading system, and that there's the premium tabs need to be converted to merchant tabs. So there is a question about that in this. So if you're a veteran player and you're curious about that, you may want to stick around. However, if you're a veteran player and you know everything about how the economy resets and, you know, stuff goes to the standard league, this video is not for you. You're more than welcome to stick around and watch it. But this is more for the new players that really have no idea what's going on. So hopefully reviewing these questions that Grinding Gear Games has seen and heard a lot of, I thought it'd be a good idea to share it with everyone. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. Okay, so this is the Third Edict FAQ. This is from Grinding Gear Games, and yesterday they announced the Third Edict, our next major content update for POE 2. In this post, we're answering some of the most frequently asked questions from our community regarding the upcoming update. So, first question, when does the Third Edict launch on all platforms? And everyone should know this. It's August 29th, 1 p.m. PDT. Now, convert that to your local time and you'll know when it launches. Will there be an economy reset? Yes. Your existing character will be kept and still available to play in the standard early access league, but the new Rise of the Abyssal League will have a fresh economy. The new league has new content and features and is highly recommended that you play there. If you do decide to use your old character, just note that due to the extensive balance changes, it is possible you will need to reallocate passive points and the functionality of certain elements of your build might have changed. So, for you new players that don't have a character in Path of Exile 2, this is meaningless to you. You're going to have to start a new character and you will select the new league content, which I'm going to demonstrate in a second. But those of you that are still relatively new and have played Path of Exile 2 and still are kind of navigating and learning, whatever character you currently have right now will be moved to the standard league. Okay, just think of it as another server. And everything with your character currently in Dawn of the Hunt will be moved to the standard league, and you can continue to play that character in the standard league. But the new Rise of the Abyssal League, which is happening on August 29th, that character cannot play in that league. You'll have to create a new one. So that leads to the next question. How do I start playing in a new league? And when you sign in on Friday and the game is downloaded and it's live, you create a character selecting the Rise of the Abyssal League. And you can choose solo self-found, you can choose hardcore, And if you just select Rise of the Abyssal, it'll take you to the softcore trade without clicking anything here. So those are the modes in the game, but you need to select this and continue in order to play in the new league that commences on Friday. Any character prior to this will be moved to the standard league. Hopefully that makes sense. Is there a specific in-game mechanic that is available only in the Rise of the Abyssal League and not in the core game? Yes. So the Rise of the Abyssal League has its own exclusive mechanics, content, rewards, and bosses not available in the core game. After the league is complete, we will decide which of these features will make it into the core game. So typically what Grinding Gear Games does is after a league is over, I tend to think that they see when something is so popular, they will continue to take certain aspects, mechanics, content from that league and move it forward and make it a core functionality content in the game. So that's basically what this is saying. Will there be challenges, challenge rewards in the Rise of the Abyssal League? No, there will not. Sorry for those of you that like to do these challenge things. Do I need to create a new character and start the game from the beginning? Yes. If you want to play the Rise of the Abyssal League, however, you can continue playing your existing character in the Early Access League if you wish. So guys, in Path of Exile or Path of Exile 2, anytime there's a new league, you always need to create a new character in that league. There's no bringing another character over to the new league. That's not how things work with Grinding Gear Games, unless things change in the future. I don't see that happening. But you do always need to start a new character when there is a new league, both in Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. With the introduction of Act 4 and the Interlude, where do I continue if I want to play my existing character in the standard Early Access League? If your standard character has already reached the end game, you can continue playing there. Your character will lose some quest rewards that previously granted resistance, but your spirit attribute values will remain unchanged. In some cases, your passive tree may need to be reallocated if you allocated points that have been removed. If you'd like to experience Act 4 and the Interlude content, just go back to Act 3 Town, then talk to Alva to travel to Act 4. In case you hadn't reached the end game and you were playing on cruel difficulty prior to the release of Third Edict, your character will be transferred to the end of Act 3, where you can continue into Act 4. All previously earned quest rewards will remain the same. What happens to my stash tabs if I start in a new Rise of the Abyssal League? Any stash tabs you have purchased will be available to use in the Rise of the Abyssal League. Since a new league is a fresh economy, your stash in the new league will not contain any items from your stash in other leagues. All the items will be removed, only stash tabs in the standard league. So this is pretty common knowledge, guys. The stash tabs, basically what happens is, let's say you have 20 stash tabs, okay? And you're playing Dawn of the Hunt right now. And then on August 29th, you sign in and you create a character in the Abyssal League. Your stash tab will still have 20 stash tabs, but they will be empty. And you'll have to, reorganize them all again. So you don't lose them, but the contents of it has been moved to the standard league, where you can then go and do what you wish with those. Hopefully that makes sense. Speaking of stash tabs, when will I be able to convert my existing premium stash tabs into merchants tab? So for those of you that may not be aware, but I'm pretty sure all of you should be aware, there is a new trading economy system, whatever you want to call it, in the Abyssal League starting on August 29th. So that new trading system now requires us to convert our premium stash tabs to merchant stash tabs in order to in order to dialogue and set up our shop with the new trading NPC. Her name is Ange. So this is what this is referring to. And I've gotten a lot of questions from veteran POE 1, POE 2 players about this. Like, when can we do this? You know, when can I convert? And am I going to lose anything? So here's the response. Once 0.3 releases next Friday, you will be able to convert your premium stash tabs purchased before the launch into merchant tabs from your account settings on the Path of Exile 2 website, your page. You go to your account settings and it'll be there where you can convert the premium stash tabs to merchant stash tabs. Just to clarify, the option to convert your premium stash tab to a merchant's tab will be made available on the POE2 website when 0.3 patch is deployed on August 29th. Okay? So, clear as mud? When will the merchants tab be available in the store? Merchant tabs will be available for purchase in the POE2 shop once the Third Edict releases next Friday. You will also have the option to convert premium stash tabs purchased prior to 0.3 release. Premium stash tabs purchased after 0.3 release cannot be converted. Okay, so once 0.3.0 launches and you buy premium stash tabs, you will not be able to convert those to merchant tabs according to this. August 29th is not a deadline to convert your stash tabs by. Okay? The fact that you've purchased premium stash tabs prior to 0.3 allows you the opportunity at any time to convert those premium stash tabs to merchant stash tabs. That's basically, I believe, what this last line is stating. You guys correct me if I'm interpreting it wrong. Is this a paid expansion? No. If you're an existing POE2 player, all you have to do is download the content update. Obviously, that's going to happen on Friday. With the launch of the Third Edict on August 29, POE2 will be available for free for 3 days. If you've been thinking about trying the game, this weekend is the perfect time. Find out more about the free weekend. And this is really the genesis of this video, is that this is going to be the very first time that the early access of POE2 content is going to be made free. All of us that have been playing it since day one have had to purchase a key, which started at $35, give or take. So this is a great opportunity for those of you that are on the fence to give the game a try, and hence why I'm making this video, because a lot of you, or some of you, are probably have never stepped foot in raid class. So all these little admin things is kind of good to know before you're going in. And there's a lot of other things that you're going to need to know, obviously. But good news, Path of Exile 2's barrier of entry, the learning curve is way easier than Path of Exile. It's probably one of the pros of the game is that they are, the information that they provide the player is above and beyond anything Path of Exile does. It really does a great job of educating you in the game, and it is, dare I say, an easier game to learn. I'm not saying it's an easy game. I'm just saying knowledge-wise, you're going to be able to transition into the game much more easier. There's a lot of good tools in the game that educate you in the game, if that makes any sense. So give it a try if you're on the fence. I don't think you're going to be disappointed, but everyone has their own personal preferences. Will there be a pre-download? Yes, we will make the torrent file for the standalone PC client available for pre-downloading the day before the launch, obviously. Console players will also be able to download the patch prior to launch. Please note that only players with access to POE2 will be able to pre-download the patch. What information will be revealed before the launch? Next week, we will publish information about item filters, what to expect at launch day, and new Twitch drops. Stay tuned. All right, so that's everything, guys. By the way, regarding Twitch drops, your boy, SamyCaps, will be streaming hours before the launch, actually. But I will be streaming Path of Exile 2, the new Abyssal League, and everything in between, and all the new stuff that we're getting. Commencing on August 29th. I'm going to be streaming all weekend, so come check me out. Channel name is SamyCaps. But I hope this video, for you new players that may be taking advantage of the free weekend, I hope this video gave you a little bit more information and a knowledge base for you to maybe get into the game a little bit more easier and more enjoyable. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. This really was for really brand new players. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And if you can like, comment, subscribe, I would really appreciate the support on my content. It would mean the world to me. And by the way, get in the comment sections. If you're watching this and you haven't played Path of Exile 2 and you are going to jump in, why? I would love to know why. And for those of you that have not played Path of Exile 2, you're not convinced, you don't want to spend the money, whatever the reason is, and you still have chosen not to enjoy the free long weekend, I want to hear from you too. Why are you still not playing the game? It's going to be free. But I understand everyone has their choices. So get in the comment sections. I love to hear from both sides, and I want to hear from new players. And by the way, if you're a new player and you're going to be playing Path of Exile 2, this is the channel for you. We cover it all. Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.